The ANC in the Eastern Cape has new leadership. Oscar Mabuyane was re-elected for a second term to lead the governing party there, defeating his rival, Babalo Madikizela, by 150 votes. Madikizela has since revealed that he'll be stepping down as MEC for Public Works in the province. Well, he joins us now to talk us through exactly what his plans are. We know very well what you said, Mr. Madikizela. In fact, let's remind the viewers what you and my colleague Mbali Tetane, that interaction you had about your possible departure from government. Let's just have a listen first before we drill deeper.
So will you be quitting your position as MEC for Public Works?
I'm considering going back to business. I've been trying to persuade the leadership, and that they convinced me just to hold on a bit. So I think, but we'll have an engagement. I'll talk to the Premier as the one who's deployed me.
So this is a conversation you are still going to have, but from your understanding, you will then be stepping down from your position?
Yeah, I'll be engaging him on the time frames. Definitely, I will be going that direction. I'll be engaging him with the time frames. Remember, I'm deployed, but so I'll have to advise him, and then we agree on the time frames that he can be able to give me. If he's saying I must give him a month, a week, a day, I would appreciate.
And if you're asked to remain, will you remain in your position for the next couple of years?
I'll try to persuade him. Not to.
Those were the sentiments you expressed yesterday, Mr. Madikizela. Very good morning to you. So what exactly pushes you to want to urgently go into business? And what line of work are you in, by the way? What kind of business do you do?
No, it's not there's like something pushing me now. It's a conversation that we've been having with the leadership that I wanted again to reintroduce. So I will see the business, but I've been more on the hospitality and at moving equipment in my previous life before I took over the government responsibility.
All right, and it's with interest that you mention earth-moving equipment. Did you at some stage do business with the Mbizana local municipality?
I've done business with most government departments and most municipalities. Mbizana was one of them. Yeah,
and all this while you were treasurer of the ANC in the Eastern Cape. You think that was ethical?
No. I've never done business whilst I was in the treasurer. There was no appointment. I think the last project that I did, it was even before I was elected, when I was, the company that I owned was appointed. So it was before. Whilst I was a treasurer, there was no appointment. That's exactly why I felt I need to go back to business. If you can go to Bizana, in my yard today, there's grass growing because the plant is packed. Basically because I don't even want to hire it out to people because of the perceptions and the impressions that might be painted. So I avoided to even hire it out to people around.
So just to be clear, just to be clear, Mr. Madikizela, you're telling us right now, for the record, that since the moment you were elected, I think it was in October of 2017, if I'm not mistaken, as treasurer of the ANC in the Eastern Cape, your company never engaged in business with neither a municipality nor a government department in the Eastern Cape.
No. I'm saying I've never been appointed in Bizana whilst I was the treasurer. But I resigned in the company once I was appointed as the MEC. The company has been active because that's what I was doing. That's the only way of surviving. The company has been active since 2012. It's been working since 2006.
Yeah. And
so it can't now then, because I am elected as a treasurer, start to diminish. So, but the issue I was clarifying to you is that I have not done business with Mbizana municipality whilst I was elected as a treasurer.
Yeah.
So the projects that I was doing in Mbizana were appointed long before I was the treasurer.
Sure. Look, I guess what you are saying to us, technically, you were not running your businesses, but you entrusted your business to a friend, a family member, who has been running your business, by the way, while you were away and working in government.
Look, I'm not really certain what actually you want to understand, or what you don't understand from what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
I am a business person by nature. I've been doing business since, and active member of the ANC. That happened to be elected in 2017, having owned a company. Like many other people who are elected, who are running businesses, who have since, because they have got a responsibility in government, found ways of distancing themselves from those businesses in a legal manner.
And mine is a simple question, Mr. Madikizela. You're saying you're going back to business. You want to go back and revive your business. All I'm asking is, who has been running your company since you were away doing the work of the ANC while at the same time in government?
Look, I'd say the ownership of the company, but I don't think we must be discussing the private company here and who owns the company that I used to own. I don't think he has got, and even when I go to business, I might not necessarily go to run that company. So, I think it might be a bit unfair with so I'm not necessarily going back to run that company, by the way.
Oh.
So, and I'm not really comfortable discussing the private company here and what necessarily might be my future plans. I'll go back, relook what opportunities are available and which road that I might take.
Okay, so that's very interesting to hear. That's very interesting to hear, and I'm sorry to cut in while you are talking. So you're not going back to revive that very business that you say you had to step away from. You'll be starting something completely new. The reason I'm focusing the attention on business, Mr. Madikizela, and you will understand that as a politician, the country is at pains to point out to people like yourself who are politicians that corruption is the cancer that is running this country to the ground. And part of why I'm insisting on this line of questioning is as a result of your words while addressing your supporters ahead of this conference, that they must accept monies but go and do the right thing. This on the back of allegations that you have been using monies from your government office to try and run your election campaign. Can you say without doubt that you are not a corrupt person?
Definitely, I'm not a corrupt person, and it's the first time hearing the allegations from you that I've been running a corrupt campaign with money from the department, and it's very unfortunate to get it in this platform. It's for the first time. I hope maybe offline you can take me in confidence and with further details in relation to that. I've never heard about it.
Yeah.
I'm not close to corruption. That's why even in the department we've been running the most clean governance, open and transparent. Look, even around the COVID-19, when we were giving local businesses business, there were such straight talks, and the SIU, the internal committees, they investigated in the department, and the records are there. We spent 700 million clean, not a dent of corruption. So it's just getting it from media and the records that are there, investigations that are there. I mean, we're one of the departments that spent money in building hospitals in the province and using local SMMEs. And a thorough investigation was done there that took more than 6 months by SIU, and there was a clean report.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you this, Mr. Madikizela. It is not entirely true what you are saying either, that it is as a result of media reports that you hear some of these things or these accusations. Was it not the public protector, Bosisiwe Mkhwebane, who found just last year that you had benefited unduly alongside a person who was your chairperson not so long ago, Oscar Mabuyane, and that the two of you had shared monies that were meant to go towards a Winnie Madikizela Mandela memorial? Is that not true?
Once again, no, it's not true. Once again, it was an allegation that was still at court, that was still waiting for the final determination from the court. And again, it is a truth that when those allegations were made, the taxi people that were alleged not to have been paid, they came up to the media with proof that they were paid money. And the only confusion issue was on how the money was refunded. The taxi people confirmed there was money, it was paper trail, there was proof. And it was just a whole lot of mess up and misunderstanding and misrepresentation of facts by the public protector that are at court now, that we have got an interim order on them. So even that one was not true.
All right.
Because if it was true, then you would be interviewing taxi people who are saying they were not paid money. But taxi people were paid money. The only issue was on how the money was refunded, that the investigators could not understand it.
Yeah.
Then
all right.
They assumed. Yeah.
Was it not you, though, who said on the back of that saga that you had loaned money to Mr. Mabuyane, and this money was to go towards the renovation of his house, that amount of 450,000 rand? By the way, has he paid you back that money?
No, it's a whole thing that's confusing everyone. You will end up confusing yourself. The main issue here was about the allegations that the money to transport mourners was used for something else. Something that I am saying, the taxi people came and said they were paid money. Now, all other explanations of our relations, loaning, not loaning, that have got nothing to do with the money of mourners. Because the main issue here, the allegation that was made, was that we took the money to transport mourners and did our own things.
Yeah.
Something than saying, let's first agree there. Call taxi people, again, interview them, they'll show you proof that they were paid money. So that we agree that the state money was not used to do something else. The money that was meant to pay taxi people received it.
All right. Mr. Madikizela?
And if we want to know where we got the money to loan each other, that's something else.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Look, there is a particular reason, and I've explained why, my line of questioning. The ANC is in deep trouble when it comes to dealing decisively with corruption. It is part of what your president said at the closing of that conference. With that aside, final question to you. Have you accepted the final outcome? Are we not going to see you going to court?
Yeah. No, we've accepted the final outcome. We will not be going to court. I will definitely not be going to court. We addressed our delegates that had supported us yesterday, and we addressed, we will be, in fact, trying to address all the branches that had nominated us to accept the outcomes of the conference, to support the leadership, rally behind the leadership that is elected. Whatever discrepancies that might have been there, that's the bottom line. We'll have to accept. At some point, there must be a final decision. Does not mean everyone will be happy, but let's just accept it.
All right. That's Babalo Madikizela, who is an ANC member in the Eastern Cape, formerly in the top leadership structure of the ANC there. But he also doubles up as MEC of Public Works. And as you've already heard him much earlier when we started the interview, he intends quitting to go and start something completely new in the world of business.